Good afternoon, morning, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our agricultural profile of Argentina. I am Tommy Feezer, and with me right now are Cheyenne Kohler, Jesse Gladden, and Courtney Green. We will go over the history, farm commodities, and life in Argentina. To start, Jesse, would you like to tell us about some history?
Sure, Tommy. Argentina was first discovered by Spanish settlers in the early 16th century. Asuncion proved to be the first successful, long-lasting settlement. Horses, cattle, and sheep were imported from Spain, and settlers also grew the native maize and potato species. Spanish men and Indian women began to marry, and this helped to solidify the colonization process. The children of these interracial marriages were called mestizos, and they currently make up around 18% of the Argentina population. Italian immigrants are also prevalent in Argentina, and they help with agriculture a substantial amount. The entire country is very arable. It's located in South America, and it has hot and humid summers and cool, dry winters. The pampas refers to a specific arable region where crops can be grown year-round and livestock can be grazed year-round. It's located off the coast.
Cheyenne, would you like to tell us about the importance of agriculture?
Well, agriculture is very important in Argentina as it is the basis of their economy. The labor force in Argentina is about 17.3 million, and 5% of that labor force is in agriculture. The agriculture contribution to the GDP of Argentina is 9.3%. Argentina is one of the greatest food producing and food exporting countries in the world, with an estimated 67.2 million acres of arable and permanent farmland. Argentina exports more than it imports. Their exports of goods and services take up about 20.3% of their GDP, and imports are at a negative 18.9%. Animal husbandry and agriculture have traditionally supplied the nation with 70 to 95% of export earnings.
Courtney, would you like to enlighten us on the commodities of Argentina?
Sure, Tommy. So some of the commodities you'll find in Argentina are sunflower seeds, lemons, soybeans, grapes, which I'd like to emphasize are wine grapes, because Argentina is one of the top five producing wine countries. You'll also find corn, tobacco, peanuts, tea, wheat, and livestock. And within this livestock, you'll find beef cattle. And the main beef cattle are shorthorn.
Interesting. It seems that cattle are pretty popular around here. Jesse, would you like to tell us about the average farmer's life in Argentina?
Sure. Well, the country is suitable for livestock. Cattle and sheep can graze year-round, and beef makes up around 85% of the nation's livestock exports. Commonly grown crops include soybean, maize, wheat, and sugarcane. Cotton is also a very popular domestic crop. There's also around 3.3 million horses in the country, meaning there's a huge industry for horses. They use them for racing as well as ranch horses. In fact, the average farmer in Argentina will have several ranch horses on his farm. The Argentine farmers endure a lower quality of life because they prefer to farm the land themselves and employ family as labor instead of hiring farmhands. This means they have less help, longer hours, and a lower standard of living compared to farmers in America. The average farm size for them is around 247 acres, and Italian families, as mentioned before, are known to try and farm 400 to 500 acres by themselves or with their families alone.
Alright, I've got some cold hard numbers to bring to the table. The top 5 agricultural exports for Argentina include corn and soybeans, then followed by coarse grains, wheat, and tobacco. Most soybeans travel to China, and a significant portion of wheat goes to Brazil. Our top 5 imports for Argentina include rubber and allied gums, coffee, tobacco, cotton, and rice. Brazil provides nearly all of the coffee and cotton. Courtney, what's the trade like between Argentina and the United States?
Yeah, so I'm just going to take you through a few exports that you'll find coming from Argentina. So you'll find tea, tobacco, coarse grains, different types of seeds, and organic soybeans. And then to take you through the imports, you'll find oilseeds, pulses, which are legumes and beans, rubber, vegetables, and rice.
I'm getting kind of hungry. Jesse, what are some typical traditional foods in Argentina?
Well, beef is a staple in the country, so a lot of dishes will include beef. There's also empanadas, locro, chorizo, asado, sweetbread, chitterlings, and blood sausage. Now, asado is a very popular dish that I believe Cheyenne is going to talk about in the next section.
Argentina has many staple foods, most being brought by the early Spanish and Italian immigrants. These are chicken, swine, beef, garlic, onions, olive oil, sugarcane, and rice. Families will sit around the table eating their meals together, and on Sundays they will always have an asada, which is like an American barbecue. And at every meal you will mainly find a dish with beef in it. Like earlier, Argentina is big in beef and seafood, and Argentina sells about half of its seafood to different countries. Argentina is also big in tea, while the US we see is big in coffee consumption. And a favorite drink of Argentinians is a tea called mate, which you have to drink it a certain way through a special cup and straw.
Well, thanks for listening. We hope you learned a lot about agriculture in Argentina. To finish off, here's our sources.